Coronavirus lockdowns and stay-at-home orders prompted many Americans to turn to food delivery apps like DoorDash or Grubhub. While those apps did help restaurants maintain business during closures, the high commissions and hidden fees cut into their profits. I want to bring in award-winning writer Alexandra Hudson to talk more about that issue. Hi, Alexandra. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Explain for our viewers what the unknown costs and impacts of using third-party apps are amid the coronavirus for restaurants and other businesses.
Well, it's no secret that demand for delivery has skyrocketed during the pandemic. People are less likely and willing to go outside their homes to get food. But it kind of puts restaurants and especially small business owners, locally owned restaurants, in a tight situation, as you mentioned. The high margins, 20 to 30% of revenue, which is it's already a really low margin industry anyways. And also quality control is lost. Once the food goes out the door, the restaurant owner has no idea what happens with the food and how long it's sitting and when it actually gets there. So there are a lot of problems with these delivery enterprises like Grubhub and Seamless and DoorDash. But there's a lot of innovation happening at the local level too, where restaurant owners are trying to create solutions to these problems.
You talk about innovation. Two entrepreneurs in Indiana did actually come up with their own solution to this problem for business owners. Explain to us what Cluster Truck is and then how it's different than traditional delivery apps.
Cluster Truck is a vertically integrated restaurant delivery mechanism where basically it's perfectly timed. Cluster Truck knows where all their drivers are, and it times food preparation in tandem with how far the drivers are, so the food is never sitting under a heat light. And I remember when I was writing this article and doing this research, I ordered from Cluster Truck, and my food arrived within 25 minutes, and it was clearly within 25 minutes that it was prepared. So it's a really, really wonderful kind of system they have. And they are also really focused on giving food delivery drivers a lot of dignity, paying them a living wage, and taking measures and having policies in place to make sure that that it's lucrative and a good job for them. And so it's a really wonderful new innovative startup where they're trying to give an option. A delivery option that's also lucrative and treats drivers well and gives customers great food and great service.
Businesses have had to change in immense ways during this pandemic and adapt to the new system that we're in as they look at how they can keep customers as shopping has changed and eating has changed, all of that. So what are the changes that you've heard businesses have had to make during this pandemic to maintain customers, and then what they'll be keeping in place as we do move forward into reopening?
Yeah, the pandemic has thrown everyone for a loop, and locally owned restaurants are no exception. We've seen that Cluster Truck doesn't deliver other people's food. They deliver only their own food. And it would be great if we saw more third-party delivery platforms follow Cluster Truck's lead and take the dignity of drivers seriously and really try to maintain high quality of service. This influx of venture capital investment really makes them makes these third parties not as sensitive to needs of customers and the well-being of drivers. So Cluster Truck and their innovation is really a wonderful inspiration.
All right, Alexandra Hudson joining us to discuss the impact of hidden costs for businesses using third-party delivery apps amid the coronavirus pandemic. And thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.